Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just 3 points I need.
And
you ruined my flow, Dan.
sorry.
What was I gonna say? Something about Manchester Unite Sport Directive. It was gonna be fire. Ski. We back, baby.
The ski thing is just as I said in previous statements, taking over the black community, like crack cocaine in the 80s. Please get ski out of our communities. Ski. Welcome back to Armchair Gaffers. You have myself, Walks, Dragon, and Letij. Only one of us this weekend collected 3 points. That is a damn shame. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. Make sure you tell a friend. And for those of you who are new here, hello. Like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, we need you to comment to help us beat the algorithm or Al Gore and his rhythm.
That's right.
Please.
PSA.
PSA.
Yeah.
Public service announcement.
Yeah. Guys, last week you may or may not believe that we released a podcast. We did release a podcast. Audio only because Sexy Red and the Internet Devils were out to get us. Sukiana and them didn't want us.
And Lado.
I don't know who that is.
She's a good one.
Yeah. So it was on Spotify, okay? All our stuff goes on all the DSPs and on the YouTube SPs as well. And even on PSPs.
Bringing them back.
Yeah.
Gaming heritage.
That's right.
GTA 6, anyone?
I'm waiting. I'm counting down the days.
I'm waiting.
I'm counting down the days. I bought GTA 5 the other day, so I'm going to run it back.
Yeah, by the time we finish that, I think we'll probably be ready.
Exactly.
GTA 6. It's been a tough weekend. SB isn't here to share some of my pain. But the pain was also shared by other teams this weekend. Where do we want to begin? I think I know where we're headed.
I wasn't sure because there's so much going on this week.
A lot of pain has been dished out.
A lot of pains, but it seems like it's made the equilibrium balanced, you know?
It's quite a level playing field.
Yeah. But I think I want to start, somewhere that's very close to my heart. And that's Manchester United. Yes.
Something that makes you smile, makes TJ smile for some reason. Yes, we shall travel to sunny Manchester to break down where it all went wrong for Manchester United against Bournemouth yesterday, where Bournemouth ran out 3-0 winners at Old Trafford. Yes, 3-0 winners at Old Trafford for the first time in my living memory, anyone's living memory. It was a horrible start to the afternoon, and it didn't get any better. What were your takeouts from this, apart from sheer joy and thinking that Christmas has come early?
I think first of all we need to go back before we can go forward.
That's what they say. If you don't know your history, you don't know your past. No.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Literally that. I want to go back to, I think, Tuesday night. It might have been Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, yeah.
Wednesday night when Manchester United Sport Directive played Todd Bowley,
FC,
MLB. And Manchester United won. Was it 2-0? 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, we back, baby.
I could hear it loud and clear.
And I'm thinking, look at Manchester United Sport Directive and look at Todd Bowley, MLB. Okay, Manchester United only do good against terrible teams. If you're a bad team, below 9th in the league, Manchester United Sport Directive will do good against you. And as for Todd Bowley, MLB, if you're a bad team, you'll do badly against them. So Todd Bowley FC only play well against teams like Man City, Arsenal, Tottenham, and so forth. If you're a bad team, then you got a chance against Todd Bowley, MLB, and that's exactly what happened. So we shouldn't have taken anything away from that game. When United beat Chelsea 2-1, we should have just said, meh.
Little shoulder shrug.
And then moved on. And I think because United thought that they were back, baby, Ten Hag has gone to this game confident. He's what's the reason? What's the story behind Rashford not playing? Is he?
So It was rumoured to be illness initially.
But he was on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like sniffles, man flu. We suffer from that, man flu.
Yeah. No, man flu is serious. That's not sniffles, bro.
I don't think Rashford wants to play for Manchester United anymore, does he?
It doesn't
He
look
just
that
signed
well.
a contract for 325k a week. He should look like it.
He's done a
Soonish.
Harry Kane.
Whoa.
He's going to sign.
Was this the Aubameyang or the
Ozil?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is, I looked at the United team, and I looked at the midfield of...
Martial starting? Did that shock anyone?
He shouldn't be playing football.
Yeah, he should.
Full stop.
He shouldn't be playing football. Full
In England?
stop. No. Full stop. Any country.
Not even
But I looked at the midfield
Monaco,
first.
Remontada?
No. He's not good
Celtic.
enough. He went on loan. He went on loan to Sevilla, and they sent him back.
Underwhelming.
Exactly. But what I was saying, I looked at the midfield. And I saw McSauce, and I saw...
the Man United's top goal scorer.
yeah.
Taken over from Casemiro.
Exactly. And I saw him, and I saw Amrabat. And I was like, Amrabat is very proficient. He's not a bad football player. He's not gonna... He's not like elite, but he's a good football player.
Uh-huh.
And I saw McTominay, but I was like, the level that Manchester United Sport Directive want to be, that's not good enough.
No.
You need movers and shakers in that midfield. If you look at all the top teams, look at City, throughout their whole history, which is only 12 years long.
Yes.
When they were doing really good, they either had the Fernandinho, they had the Yaya,
Gareth Barry prior to that.
Gareth Barry prior to that,
What career?
Rodri. Yeah. Look at prime Arsenal, Patrick Vieira, Cesc Fabregas, even though they winning trophies. Gilberto Silva,
Emmanuel Petit for those who are
look at Manchester United Sport Directive back in your day. Paul Scholes, Roy Keane,
through to a Michael Carrick.
Michael Carrick.
Exactly.
Darren Fletcher.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Look at any Jabi Alonso, Steven Gerrard.
Mascherano.
Mascherano.
How could we forget?
Amrabat and McTominay are not anywhere near those
They're not
levels.
going to go down in the annals of history.
Exactly. And obviously not many players are, but a team like Manchester United Sport Directive, these are the kind of players you need to have. And
Is there a thing now where Man United should maybe Man United Sporting Directive should reassess things, and maybe these are the current players that Man United deserve for the standard that we're currently at? We don't deserve a Jude Bellingham, a Chouameni. We don't really
for sure.
deserve these.
I think you're going through a transitional period.
It's been too long, TJ.
Well, this is the post-transitional period, you know.
Yes, cool.
Like you know, whenever a nation state falls, you have the people that come in first and they go, right,
Puppet government.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to lead with an iron fist. Everything's going to be under us, but we're going to win. Next phase, the people that come in and they go, right, something has kind of gone wrong here, but we're going to try and fix it. Do you remember how I came in?
Yes.
Everyone was like, oh, new guy, he's Dutch.
Yep.
He's going to change things. Now I think Man United need to be at a point where they do start McTominay and Amrabat, but they don't spend £80 million on a, how old is he, 19-year-old striker?
Yeah.
19-year-old striker. They're not, they're not bidding for, as you said, Jude Bellingham. They're not going to get a keeper from Serie A who probably doesn't have the goalkeeping ability to be able to stand in front of the Stretford end and be confident in that. And that's what I took from the Bournemouth game. As happy as it made me,
I realised what it is. Because I used to work in construction, by the way. I'm making this up, but I need to say this for my story.
Let him land.
I used to work in construction, and we worked on several massive projects, and some projects are really complex.
Yes.
Imagine, I feel like the rebuild of Manchester United Sport Directive is trying to build an extension in a penthouse apartment on the Jubilee line. So there's so many other things you need to worry about.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts. You know, there's the river running underneath.
The Thames.
The Thames. There's the foundations that are set on really soft clay that you need to worry about. There's overhanging wires. There's too many things. You can't. It's a massive project. And I don't feel like Manchester United Sport Directive understand the scale of the task that's at hand. It's not a matter now where you can just like buy one or two players and just slot them in. Okay, that's the kind of thing you do to a machine that's working well.
Well-oiled.
Yeah, well-oiled machine. You know, you buy a new part to replace a part that's not working. But Manchester United Sport Directive, the whole thing is fucked up from head to toe.
Yes.
I mean, they got to strip it out. They got to literally gut it out.
Got it.
But the problem, which I've said before, is that under Sir Alex Ferguson, because he was so good at what he'd done, a lot of things were done badly like in terms of the club, not what he done.
He's like Gaudi or something, like a great architect.
Exactly. But things were done badly. And I always go back to their recruitment. I don't think Manchester United had good scouting.
Still don't at this
moment. They don't
Yeah.
now, but it's because they never had it. I've said it many times before on the show. United have always relied on their pool, the last of playing for Manchester United Sport Directive. It's Manchester United. It's Manchester United. They've relied on that. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, why wouldn't you want to play for us? We're Manchester United Sport Directive.
And that's why I always say that Man United have got plot armor.
I don't understand who.
Manchester United Sporting Directive.
Yeah, sorry.
Have got plot armor.
Explain what plot armor is for those who
So
aren't.
plot armor is when in a movie the main character can be as down bad as possible, but by the end of the movie you look at it and you go, you actually turned out quite well. Last season, for example, Man United, they had their peaks and troughs.
shaky start.
And then you look at the end of the season and go, you're in the Champions League. This season, Manchester United are awful. They're ahead of Newcastle, who everyone loves.
My plot armor.
They're ahead of Brighton. I was told the other day that Robert De Zerbi is one of the greatest managers in the world.
He's supposedly, we'll get to it, but in the managerial mix, if Sir ETH does depart these shorts.
I think what needs to happen at Man United is, as you said, there needs to be gutting, but there needs to be a complete change in identity.
Interesting.
Either go for don't do the whole counter-attacking thing anymore. Either we go, right, we're going to play tick-attack and it's going to be painful, but that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
Or we're going to be a hard-nosed defensive team with just two quick wingers, like a Newcastle, and our midfield is what wins us games.
I just want physicality at my club. That's it. When I look at the blend of players that we have, somehow we've managed to build one of the least athletic teams that there is in the Prem, and everyone talks about the Prem being so physically demanding. When I look across like that midfield, for instance, you're looking at Amrabat yesterday, McTominay, Bruno, in terms of like sheer athletes and people who actually apply it, because McTominay has the build of an athlete, but doesn't really apply it in a game. When I compare it to the Newcastle game, the likes of like Joe Linton just running through people. Like I'd like to see my team play like that or have that profile, but it seems as though I'm asking for too much as it stands.
You are, because Dan, I don't believe that you people, Manchester United fans, are willing to finish 8th 2 years running and back your manager during those 2 years.
Old Trafford is too big.
Yeah, I don't think you guys
too
are willing
large.
to do it, and that's what you have to do. That's the only.
I hear you on that. I do think the tide is turning and people are starting to realise that they can't just say, it's Man United. You can't just say that anymore. It's been 10 years since we've really been at the top table. So I think people have to lock in and be prepared for these horrible records that are being set on like a fortnightly basis. I guess from the game, what did you take from it? It seemed like Bournemouth were just sharper, fitter, had a bit more desire.
I do want to say one thing about Bournemouth, and this is my non-top 6-ism coming in.
Let's go.
Bournemouth are a crazy team.
Oh, wow.
Insane. I said it on the last pod. I said that midfield three of Kluivert, Tavernier.
Oh, yeah, we mentioned the front line and Semenyo.
And
then Solanke as
Solanke up top.
Spearhead.
I'm sick of this.
They're just, it's step over City over there.
I'm sick of this.
Step over City. And
but then they still got the likes of Christie and Cook who are still...
Because you need that bedrock of players where when these guys do a few step overs and they lose the ball, you need someone to just
slide across.
As much as you're not wrong, I'm sick of what you're saying. I have to disagree, because people are forgetting the thing about Bournemouth is the foundations that were laid by O'Neill.
Nice.
Yeah, he's my guy, and it doesn't get enough props. We must protect him at all costs. He's better than Eddie Howe, next England manager O'Neill.
But he's not better than Iraola.
No, it has Iraola arrived now.
He has arrived. And that's why Bournemouth were bad at the start of the season. Because Iraola went, what you had last season was good, but I need to clean those drains. And sometimes it takes 10, 12, 14 games to clean those drains.
Yeah.
And the result might not always be better. Lopetegui tried it at Wolves last season. And then O'Neill came in and he went, you guys...
It's funny you said that, because like they had a really bad start, didn't they, Bournemouth?
Yeah.
And this is why result-based punditry and analysis is dangerous.
Yeah,
Very.
because like I stopped paying attention to them a little while back, and I just assumed that they were languishing. And the other day I saw they weren't languishing.
No.
I was like, they must have played more games than everyone else. But no, everyone's played the same amount of games. Haven't they?
That's one great thing about football is that it's only 3 points.
Yeah.
It is only 3 points. 5 games is 15 points. And a lot of these mini divisions that you get in the Premier League, there's only 2 or 3 points around that.
Separating people.
So, you know, when you look at a Bournemouth 3 weeks ago, there were 9 points. And you look at them now, it's 21 points. You go from one mini league to the next.
Exactly.
And, you know, Iraola, he's managed to get the team playing how it wants to be played, but he's done it Eddie Howe. He's gone, do you know what? I'm going to implement my tactics on that, but I'm going to keep the bedrock players there. So when we do have to go to a Manchester United, and there does have to be a bit of grit, we're not relying on Semenyo step-overs.
Yeah, they matched and bettered Man United.
I was on the phone to my friend
horrible way.
And as Bournemouth were winning 1-0, I phoned to him. He's a United fan.
Solanke, great finish, by the way. Ridiculous.
Deft
touch.
I was on the phone to my friend and he's like, yeah, Man United fucking shit. He's like, oh, they just put Billing on. That's it. Game done. And then the game was done. I was like, wow. Literally. Mad. But no, Bournemouth are probably an example of what United need to do. Just go out there and lose, okay, for the greater good. Okay, these games are training games. We'll take any result we can take from these games, okay, but we're building something bigger than 3 points. Because I've said it many times, and it's always about Manchester United Sport Directive. The worst thing you can do is win when you're playing well. Yeah, you guys beat Todd Bowley, MLB in the week, thought everything was good, and you get a massive reality check when you play a team that actually has an identity and a way of playing. So we need to just lose for the greater good. And
they're trying too hard. That's one thing I don't like about Man United. It gets a bit cringy sometimes.
When you say trying too hard, I saw people being beaten to loose balls. I saw them being bettered in 50-50s. What is this trying?
I'm not talking about trying in a physical and a game sense. I'm talking about trying in an emotional sense.
Okay.
These players go into the game thinking we can win this, and you can see it. So then when it starts going badly, for example, Bruno Fernandes against Manchester City, he's trying so hard to win, but he knows that he can't win on a footballing level. So let me be petulant and kick a ball away. Let me get emotional and try and pump up the crowd, even though when it's 0-0. And there's such a toxic and just wrong air around Manchester United. And looking at it just from a neutral perspective.
You say neutral.
I'll look for a bit from a neutral perspective. Man United as a foundation are one of the biggest clubs ever.
Yes.
In the world. So when you watch Manchester United, you need to have a sense of fear. You need to have a sense of these guys. It's kind of like what Arsenal have got now. It's like, even if they don't play well,
there's that inevitability.
There's going to be an inevitability around it. In order for Manchester United to get that back, I think they need to
go back.
And they need to look at what Fergie did. And he didn't. Fergie, as much as he was buying the Diego Forlans and the Ruud van Nistelrooys, he was getting players like Michael Carrick, Darren Fletcher,
Kieran Richardson.
He looked at 2 twins in the academy. He went, one of you's left-footed, one of you's right-footed. That's my fullbacks for the next 5 years.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And Manchester United, they need to harness a bit of that again. Because this whole Hoyland,
not willing to. That's the thing. What I'm saying, like, you want quick results now. You want was it Kudos, quick and dirty operating? MDOS, Microsoft.
MDOS.
Yeah, you want MDOS, like literally.
They're patching holes in the boat, and it's just like, go back to shore, build a new boat.
Yeah, burn that ship.
You say go back to Shaw. Luke Shaw is playing at centre back at the minute. Some of the decisions from Ten Hag, and I haven't been bombing on him, but yeah, some of the decisions are a tad baffling. So yeah, Martial starting yesterday when I thought he probably would have been out the door in the summer. Luke Shaw, I know he wants to keep playing this left-footed centre back, and you've got Varane sitting there. I'd love to know what's happened there, but yeah, 7 defeats in 16 league games to Man United.
I will never ever badmouth Luke Shaw. Ever. I think he's one of the greatest things that have happened to this country.
United are set to play Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Probably not expecting much there, and then go to Anfield after that, where United have a horrible record in recent years. If Man United lose both of those games, do you think Ten Hag is out the door? And if yes, who, if you were a hypothetical Man United fan, would you be looking at to come in and step into the hot seat?
I'll answer it 2 ways. They're not going to lose against Bayern Munich. Manchester United will not lose against Bayern Munich.
Interesting. I know they got beat by Eintracht Frankfurt yesterday.
They got beat bad. And everyone's saying, revenge tour, but we need to remember who's in charge of Bayern Munich. It's Thomas Tuchel.
What does that mean?
He's a conservative guy.
Okay.
He's not going to say to his players, right, let's take out revenge of Man United.
Okay.
He'll be like, tactics, boys.
Be sensible.
I think Man United get a draw out of the Bayern Munich game. Because it's at Old Trafford, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think
Bayern have qualified.
Yeah. I think they'll get a draw out of the game, and they'll somehow, some way get through to the Champions League knockouts. If they do lose to Man United, and then they get battered at Liverpool, which is inevitable. Liverpool have taken way too much beating from Man United over the years just to ever let that vendetta go ever. And we've seen it in the past 4 or 5 years. As soon as Man United come to Anfield,
literally smoke. Or at Old Trafford where they won 5-0.
It's like one small kid in school who got bigger than everyone, and especially bigger than his bully, and he's like, right now I'm going to beat you for the next 10 years.
Forever, every time I see you.
But I think if Ten Hag was to get sacked, if I was a United fan, why don't you go for Zidane?
See, now I need to interject. That kind of thinking is the kind of thinking that's got United where they are today.
Nice.
If United are going to go forward, if Ten Hag is going to go, which I believe for the good of Manchester United Sport Directive, he needs to go because he's not willing to do the thing I've been bleating on about since we started this show, going back to basics, okay? You need to get the best manager in the country. Yeah? Gary O'Neill.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you guys think I'm crazy? Yeah? Trust me. Go back to basics. A club like Manchester United Sport Directive need a good English manager who's from South London. Yeah, who they can. Most Manchester United fans are from South London, anyway.
Lovely part of the world.
Yeah, so it makes sense. No, you need to get a manager of that kind of profile. I know it's a different entity altogether. But Newcastle United Sport Directive, they went and got Eddie Howe, got rid of Cabbage Head, and they just said, we're going to trust you. We're going to give you enough rope to hang yourself with. And that's what United need to do. Not just like, they need to show it that we understand we're going backwards to go forwards. And you do that first and foremost by hiring a manager that you know isn't going to win you trophies today.
Fair.
They also won't be able to win until they sell Rashford. Rashford needs to
but he's
go.
He's unsaleable. He's very unsaleable because of that big wage. Yeah.
PSG will buy him for 100 M's. I know PSG are licking their fingertips over Marcus Rashford.
They're changing their approach as well, I think.
Yeah,
so
I think
I feel like the PSG thing may have sold, but we shall see.
Imagine if Rashford went to PSG and bled like he's bleeding right now.
No, we don't need to see that.
He would.
Shout out to Rashford, man. Hopefully he can turn it around.
Hoyland hasn't scored a league goal.
He's not better than very quickly. Marcus Rashford is not better than Theo Walcott.
You're saying things that we already know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hoyland hasn't scored a Premier League goal.
No, and yesterday Diego Dallo got through down the right hand side, silly angle. Probably should have just squared it to Hoyland, but instead he smashed it into the side net and done the whole like, oh man. Like,
so I mean, you try too hard.
Decision making, man, it's silly. But yeah, the drought goes on. But as I've said before, a lot of these forward players, I'm shooting them a little bit of bail because the creative players behind them are just. I don't want to say it. If I speak, I'll be in big trouble. But I think
isn't Bruno Fernandes the best after KDB?
In terms of chances that Opta record, you'd probably say so. But in terms of across a game, consistently making these chances, and in this season with these current players, it's a no from me.
Bruno Fernandes for me, he reminds me because guys, I used to be in special forces, and when I was on one of my first tours back in this was back in the early 90s, mid-90s in Serbia. When you're clearing a village of insurgents, okay, and you go to an abandoned house, you need to be very selective on the firearm you're going to use. Okay? Yeah, you're not going to use an AR-15 assault rifle to clear a room. Okay, you can't get around the doors. All right. At the same time, you're not going to use a pistol, not enough firepower. So you want a nice compact submachine gun. So that's what Bruno Fernandes is. He's a gun used in the right settings. He's very dangerous. You understand? Okay, what Man United are doing right now with Bruno Fernandes? They're at a shooting range, yeah, designed for snipers, and they're using a shotgun with a scattergun approach. Okay, it's the wrong tool for the wrong job. So that's the problem with Bruno Fernandes. I'm not going to say he's terrible because I've seen him play football. He can actually play football.
He's very good.
He may overcomplicate things at times, and that's not good. But in terms of his ability, he can play well. We saw what happened with Bruno Fernandes when he's played as he's in his position, which is a 10-1. Yeah, he's amazing. What did he have? He had the Greenwood guy, right, on one side running fast, and he had Rashford on the other side running fast, and he had a striker, didn't
sometimes he? Sometimes Cavani.
Exactly. He had two fast wingers. He had a striker.
Period that was.
Yeah, Jesus. And that's what you need. You had two fast wingers, and you got the best out of Bruno Fernandes. So that's what it is. You got to use him right. Don't take a shotgun to the sniper range.
Yeah, and I've had enough of the McTominay experience. Fair play, he chips in with the goals, but yeah, across a whole game and in terms of contribution to a squad and like patterns of play, keeping the ball, receiving it in the first phase, it's a no from me. But that's enough on Man United. I'm glad everyone enjoyed Bournemouth's trip up north with their 3-0 win. Where do you want to go next? A London team took a trip up north today and it didn't work out either. Must be something in there.
Who?
Oh, Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah.
They're a London team.
They took a trip to Merseyside, but they were playing against the blue side. Sean Dyche's Everton ran out 2-0 winners against Maurizio Pochettino's men. Everton have claimed 3 successive Premier League victories for the first time since 2021 as they saw off Chelsea at Goodison Park, and Doucouré scored his 6th goal of the season. It's more than some of the forwards at my club. Did we watch the game?
I did watch the game.
Let's go.
What I love about Abdoulaye Doucouré,
celebration, theft.
The celebration is part of it, because when he does the celebration, the thing I love about him is very evident. No matter who he plays for, his shirt is always too big for him. Yeah? And these are things you can't teach this.
No.
You can try, but you can't teach this. And that's what I love. But that's it.
Fair.
No, I did actually watch the game. If Everton never had a 10-point deduction, I don't have the table in my head, but I think they'll be 10th.
Yeah, it's around that now. Yeah. So
4 points ahead of Chelsea.
Yeah,
they'll be 4 ahead of Chelsea, right?
Yeah, because I remember that earlier this week, after Chelsea lost to Man United, people were sharing the stat that they would have been behind Everton should Everton not have been deducted 10 points.
I want Chelsea fans to be honest with themselves. So I saw Enzo get dragged today, and I'm just there like,
the vultures are circling, and it's just getting. But by the day, it's a bit more awkward to watch. And Caicedo, that is crazy, man.
I'm going to point at you because this... No. This is a good thing, one pointing.
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo is what you coined concept football players.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say I am sorry. A month ago, I said, other than City and Arsenal, whose midfield is better than Chelsea's? I've pulled all of my stock out, every single penny out of Chelsea, all of the stock.
Horrible.
Because I'm not going to do that thing where it's like, it's Christmas, January, they'll fly back. I don't even think Lavia's going to save it anymore.
Yeah, because now it's turning to desperation where they're saying Nkunku's going to come back and be our centre forward, and he's not necessarily just a centre forward.
He's not.
And then they're saying, Lavia's set to come back. But then I'm thinking Lavia's like a young boy who's plied his trade at Southampton in the doldrums of the Prem. But then why can't Caicedo and Enzo get it right? What makes them think that Lavia will now usurp them?
Exactly. And we need to go. I hate to keep going back, but a lot of Chelsea players have got a lot of praise this year. We praised Thiago Silva for being so old,
39,
and still playing,
being able to walk. Definitely.
We praised
Sterling got a bit of praise to start the season.
Yes, I like Sterling. Even when he came on today, he looked good. We praised Conor Gallagher. That's the one.
Yeah, getting a lot of praise.
And the thing is,
got absolutely smoked today by McNeil.
Yeah,
getting away from him.
The things about the Chelsea praise is that the bar is so low for what we expect from them.
Yeah,
because like you're looking good, but you're only looking good because everything else is just so bad. Who else did we praise? Jolyon Palmer. I don't know why I call him Jolyon Palmer.
Yeah, didn't do much today. Like, it wasn't the worst, but if it's not penalties, there's not loads to sing about them in it.
I will say this though, from what I see from Palmer, you can tell that like what he did at Old Trafford the other day. That is a big boy thing.
It's kind of let me carry it. I'll do it. Yeah,
and you could even like when you kind of look at like the breakdown of the goal, he just didn't pass it because he was like, I think I can do this myself.
No, I understand.
I think what Chelsea need is they need to their next 2 big siders can't be young players. They need to get 2 players who are maybe angry at the club they're at now. They've got something to prove,
like an Osimhen.
Ivan
Toney, who keeps posting like games that he's watching and he's doing. It reminds me of Mudryk when Mudryk was watching watching Arsenal playing. He's like 2 top coaches and all that stuff. That's what Ivan Toney keeps doing.
They need to get players who are angry. They need to get players who are going to actually fight for the badge. Because what I see from Chelsea is I see 11 players, 10 minus Mudryk. Mudryk is one of the worst football players.
He's mad fast though.
He is so bad.
He got past. I saw it described as Ashley Cole, the NFT version. Ashley Young, sorry. So yeah, he went past him a couple times today, and I was like, oh, maybe the penny's dropped.
Yeah,
but that's not.
I think Mudryk. Sorry to cut you. Don't forget what you're gonna say. Mudryk is paying for his sins for lying about the goal against Arsenal. We all know it's a cross. Yeah. That's why it's been so bad since.
That's true. I watched him against Man United, and the worst part about Mudryk is because when we talk about bad players, we talk about players like Beto, who's really, really bad.
Scored the other night.
I was fuming.
Everton Beto, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you, Dapo, say you're glad to see him get minutes? Was it on Twitter or something? I don't know. Someone was glad to see Beto play.
Weren't me.
Yeah, I think you said on Twitter the other day. Fucking crazy. Sorry.
Everton Beto.
Did you tweet something about like you're glad that he's getting minutes or that he scored? someone on Twitter tweeted something, and my phone smashed. Can you see my phone smashed because I was so angry?
Yeah. Beto is one of the worst football players I've ever seen in my life.
Not worse than Martial. No, he is worse than Martial.
No. Yeah, Martial is quite good at football. When it comes to 11 aside, it gets techie. But when you talk about bad players, when I watched Mudryk against United, I saw a player that somehow was giving away what he was going to do in 5 seconds. 5 seconds before that, he would get the ball in the left wing, and if I can see through my TV that you want to pass the ball through to Palmer, through the right centre back and the left back, the left centre back and the left back, everyone on the pitch can see that. And he did that so many times. And then he does other things where he's dribbling and he'll be really fast. He'll do some really good step overs, and then he'll go in the wrong direction. Like literally run in the wrong direction.
It's hard to watch.
And when I look at him, I just look at it must be money laundering.
I was about to say, like, imagine, like, because I've been in a lot of different positions in my lifetime, from my various life that I lived.
Yeah.
So I can kind of resonate with what he's going through, because I too have had to play with the Ukrainian mafia breathing down my neck, and it's not very out of control. On a serious note, I need to disagree with what you said, because you said they need to get a new signing, so for Victor Osimhen or whatever. Yeah.
I wouldn't say Victor Osimhen, but someone who's angry.
Well, I'm disagreeing completely, because I believe Chelsea need to not get any signings whatsoever. Start where you are, use what you have. Yeah, close that door, okay, and say this is what we have. Let's try and work with this. Like all this quick fix FC is what gets you to finishing, to only seeing the top half of the table for the first time about 3 weeks ago.
The issue is they should have done that 12 months ago. 12 months ago, they should have looked at their team
and shut the door.
And they should have gone, right, we don't need to spend this much money. We have got very good players here.
But they do have to spend the money, because that's one of the stipulations about the whole purchase.
Yeah.
That's the issue. So I'm saying don't sign nobody.
Commitment.
I'm saying don't sign anybody, but I'm forgetting that like they have to spend this money.
This isn't your regular football.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one. But for me, cool. Chelsea, Todd Bowley, MLB, play Bro up front. Yeah, fuck it. It can't get any worse.
Yeah,
He's Albanian.
He's Albanian, so he's gonna put in the shift.
Yeah,
he's gonna have the Albanian head shape as well. So he's gonna try. Yeah, I say wild things, Dan.
Who else should they play?
Play someone fast on the left. Yeah, maybe Mudryk. Yeah.
Ian Matson.
No, he's horrible.
Oh yeah, just did a little player cam. He actually went and watched scouting report.
Yeah, no, he's bad. He's
good
bad.
Championship player.
I saw a tweet the other day.
I don't know.
Because he came on for you guys. He came on against you guys. Yeah, and someone tweeted saying, "We're looking for a goal, and you bring on Matson." I'm like, yeah, like he's not going to give you anything. Yeah. So cool. Play someone fast on the left. Play someone fast on the right. Even Sterling, he's still fast. He's still quite fast. Yeah. Okay. Find your two best midfielders and play them in midfield.
So they have Gallagher, they have Enzo, they have Caicedo, they have Lavia. Who starts for you? And
I don't know, because the thing is, with the Chelsea PR, I'm not sure who's good.
You're not fair,
I didn't know who Enzo Fernandez was before he signed for Chelsea. Do you know why?
Because he went on the radar.
No, because Zidane's son is also called Enzo Fernandez. So when I'm hearing Enzo Fernandez,
the wrong guy.
On my life,
you're doing the wrong scout.
This is not even a joke for me for once. Yeah, I genuinely thought Zidane's one of his sons actually made it. Oh. Yeah, like actually, must say made like he's
like a goalkeeper.
Have you seen a goalkeeper? He's bad.
Yeah, he's bad. No, Enzo Fernandez was actually at Real Madrid. Not Chelsea Fernandes. Zidane's son Fernandes was actually
okay,
good.
So, throwing things
So
off.
yeah, I don't know who's good at Chelsea. I saw Moises Caicedo playing for Brighton. Yeah, it's a different level.
Looked good though. Jeez, the fall off has been.
It looked good.
Scary.
Yeah. I saw.
Just looks like sluggish. Oh, it's bad, man.
And the issue is when you do this with young players, it's a bit like a relapse, right? It's relapsing being bad because we all have that one friend who, they've fallen on bad ways and they'll do good for maybe a month, 2 months. You'll see them at Christmas or you'll see them at the pub and you'll be like, oh, you're
Looking
doing
good,
well.
bro.
But everyone has got the same thought in their head. When you go back, it's going to be bad. And Chelsea had that stint where I was tricked into thinking that they were a good team.
There was some trickery going on.
I was tricked.
When was this?
In and around the Man City,
Arsenal,
the Spurs,
Man City, that kind of.
I was there.
October.
I was there.
This year?
Yeah.
What? They only touched top of the league for the first time in around about October.
No, but it was when you grouped it together, those results across that period seemed as if they'd arrived and the Poch effect had
And
taken
tactically,
hold.
they were playing very
They'd
well.
won 2 games in a row.
The underlying stats were crazy.
Yeah. Like midfield transitions, like passes, everything was looking good. And I watched the Man City game and I wish I was brave enough because I thought it at the time. I wish I was brave enough to say I think Man City are falling. But yeah, I think with Chelsea, my dad's a Chelsea fan, so he hasn't messaged me today, which is because Chelsea lost.
Check in on him.
But he always asks me for the tactical side of the game, and he goes, "Why are we bad? Please, because
Why are we bad?
Because
You are bad.
he don't. Hopefully, he doesn't think he thinks I'm bad. To be fair, because I'm not a Chelsea fan, but when I look at it tactically, there's nothing wrong with Chelsea's tactics. Okay. It is pure and utter confidence and a lack of forward thinking on the pitch. Everything is reactionary with Chelsea, not proactionary. And
Proactionary.
We'll take it.
Yeah, proactive. Sorry, proactive.
No, because I'm mad. I'm mad because I like it.
You want it?
Yeah. That's what
can I buy that? Yeah.
But I think with Chelsea, I don't see it getting better now because you've got a bunch of young players who've got zero confidence.
They're getting punched around
at the start of their careers. They've got nothing other than a year to make people realise that they're actually good. Go on.
Interjection real quick. They've got a bunch of young players with zero confidence, you said, yeah?
Yep.
And zero ability. That's the main thing.
They've got ability.
Oh, yeah, to some degree, but not at the level. Same to what's about Manchester Unite Sport Directive. You've got players that have ability, but the ability you have is not what we need at this club. It's not Michael Essien. It's not John Obi. It's not Michael Ballack. It's not that level.
But Man United have got older players, which means that when Man United's youngsters are playing bad, you can look to a Scott McTominay who's been in the league for 7 years. You can look to a Luke Shaw who's been around for 10 years. This is why Man United are where they are, because as bad as Man United will be,
they'll find a scummy way.
They'll find a scummy way. Like they've got players who have been through bad stuff. So someone like Diogo Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, they'll look at each other. They'll be like, "Hey, you remember a couple of years ago, huh? You remember we lost 7-0 last. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's why the Man United Bournemouth 3-0. That's why I think they'll bounce back against Bayern Munich, because you got players like, I don't know, like Lindelof, who's like, we had a manager a couple of years ago who didn't even like us. He used to just tell the media how bad we were.
You think this is bad?
Yeah.
No, but for me, the problem with Chelsea is that the players aren't very good.
So you think the base level of quality is not great?
Yeah, Disasi is just like, he should be playing for like Saint Etienne or Lorient.
He's decent.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's decent. Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah.
Marcos Cucurella.
He's playing right back as well.
He's playing right back. That's because the best right back in the world is unavailable.
Oh, it's time for the awkward conversation, and I hate to have it again, but it seems to be popping up more often than not. Reece James didn't finish another game. It's getting out of hand now. His was it the best ability is availability.
Yeah. Did he bleed against Manchester United, or did he not play?
No, he bled. He
bled.
That's came off the bench.
He came off the bench and bled. I think he bled practice as well. Did he give away a penalty or a short back pass a few weeks back? Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I can't.
He did get burned by Garnacho against United a couple of times.
Fell over all that stuff. But yeah, he seems like he is out again. Was dragged off, and yeah, it seems like it's just another injury. And that giving him the captain's armband is looking crazier.
For me, the issue with Chelsea is that there's a different like measuring stick you use to rate your players. Like you just rate them based on, I think it's hope or expectation. You say, yeah, like so and so is good. He's one of the best in the world. Like you said, your midfield was one of the best in the Premier Leagues before even seeing them kick a ball together.
Yeah,
and this was okay. Enzo had been here since January. After seeing him for the best part of like 4 or 5 months, yeah, and you had the gall, yeah, to say that he's one of the, to say that he's one of the best in the league in his position. Like I'm not a stats driven person. I love the eye test. When I saw him play, there were moments of him being very proficient. Nothing more, nothing less. I've seen the exact same from Francis Coquelin.
Jesus Christ.
I've seen the exact same from Mohamed El Neni. I've seen the exact same from Denilson.
That's a lie. That must be a lie.
No, because there's a Carling Cup game one time.
Okay.
Early days and he scored a screamer. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not seeing enough. I'm not seeing elite level ability. Forget the money. Yeah? The money is, you can't avoid that because teams are going to take you to the cleaners if they can. But I haven't seen anything that says to me this guy has. You can sign someone. You can easily sign someone better than Enzo Fernandez.
That's damning indictment on.
That's what I'm saying. If you
Chelsea can't.
No, I'm going to say you. I'm talking about a club like Chelsea. Chelsea, if they go back in the market for a central midfielder, they could find someone better than Enzo Fernandez who would be willing.
He wouldn't play better than Enzo Fernandez.
What are you talking about?
He wouldn't play better than Enzo Fernandez.
I keep saying Culture Cams keeps comparing him to John Joe Shelby.
That's Enzo Fernandez. He's got everything. He's got 2 good defenders behind him. He's got a player in front of him that's going to run for days and do all of the messy work. He's got 2 outlets on either wing that are very fast. When you're a centre midfielder,
he doesn't have that.
He does.
No, because on the right sometimes it's Cole Palmer.
If we're pushing Cole Palmer inside and playing Sterling on the right,
no, but what I'm like, you can't say he's got that in my opinion, because if you look at like City in their prime, it was Sane, Sterling. You know that they're going to be there. They're very fast. Yeah. Go back to United, it's Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez. You know what you're getting. Look at Arsenal now. It's Saka, Martinelli. You know what's there. Look at Liverpool and their pump. Mane and Salah. Yeah. You know what's there. He doesn't have 2 fast wings. He doesn't know who he has. Okay.
I don't think
is this enough reason for him to be underperforming? I don't think it is.
No, not at all. Like there's no excuse for Enzo, and I think Frank Lampard said it on that Diary of a CEO show.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And he was like, and Frank Lampard is a very, he's a nothing person, and he he's no offense to Frank Lampard, but he doesn't strike me as someone who's got a lot of personality, if you know what I mean.
He's got a GCSE,
keep going, TJ.
He's got a GCSE in Latin.
Exactly. So, and if Frank Lampard is saying the standards have dropped, that's why a lot of Zimbabweans love supporting Chelsea, because Chelsea were winners. Like there was such an air of pure winning masculinity. Florent Malouda, Solomon Kalou, like these aren't good players, but they knew how to win. And Frank Lampard went back in there, and I think he just saw a bunch of people that were fine finishing 9th. And because they were so fine finishing 9th, they finished 13th. Because that's not how the Premier League works.
Is that where they
I'll go one better or 4 better.
I think they finished 12th, 13th last season.
Wow.
Across the year, they have 9 wins in the calendar year, 12 draws, 18 losses. Hesse, there's even more. Something you sent me and brought to my attention.
Yeah.
Chelsea have won 39 points from 39 Premier League games so far in 2023. No ever-present Premier League side have won fewer in this period, excluding deductions. That is horrific. And I can't really see it changing just yet. After the game, Pochettino had some words to say. If Ten Hag's pressers are shocking at the minute, Pochettino's are leaving me a little bit in search of what is actually going on. He said, "I'm really disappointed. This was a game to play and to win. It's a problem we need to check." He also called for January signings, said we need to talk and to try and improve in the next transfer market. How much more money does one need?
The problem is, okay, Poch, you need players to come in January, and you hope that if you get the right players and everything clicks, you'll get Chelsea back in the right direction, which is a very reasonable thought to have. If you get these players and it doesn't click, you're out the door. And then Chelsea Football Club, Todd Bowley, MLB, have got another bunch of players here signed under a different manager. I won't say signed by a manager because we all know at Chelsea
it's above.
Yeah. and that sets them even further back. But I'm still hung up on the point of you said that someone won't play better than Enzo Fernandez. Joe Linton will be cheaper and play better than Enzo Fernandez.
I think Joe Linton will go into Stamford Bridge and crumble, because he'd look around and he'd be like, no, like, where's the vibes? Who's running with me? And then he'd go, do you know what? If you guys aren't running, then why should I run?
I'll go back to old
Newcastle. You can't not run.
Who's that player that plays for Manchester United that doesn't play for Manchester United? Donald Van der Beek will play better than Enzo Fernandez.
I think he might do.
I'm telling you.
Because he would go to Chelsea, he'd be like,
you lot are crazy.
I've got one more chance here. And I think he would take up that opportunity. He wouldn't be great, but he would make a couple tackles. He'd maybe score a goal. The fans would love him because he just needs a home.
I don't know. I saw a crazy tweet earlier and it said, why is Poch rated so highly? Can anyone answer?
Yeah. Again, he's a concept manager. Okay. Yeah. Like we saw him do good with Victor Wanyama. Did he have Victor Wanyama?
Yeah. Wanyama was there, Dembele.
No, I'm talking about Southampton.
He probably would have sold him, I think.
Yeah, so we saw him do, when I say Wanyama, I'm talking about Southampton. Sorry. Dusan Tadic, was he there? Ilero Ilia. Yeah,
Graziano Pelle.
I think,
Gabby Adini. We saw him do good, yeah.
Jay Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Ryan Bertrand.
We said to ourselves, at a better club, he'll do better. He went to a better club, he did better. Okay. And then he went to PSG. We didn't really see what happened there because we're not watching Uber Eats Liga.
It's a bit struggly as well.
Yeah. Exactly. I think he lost his first match, which was the coup d'etat. Or the coup de grace. So like he's a concept manager. Like we don't really know what he's good at.
This is crazy.
Like we saw him with Dembele, Wanyama, Ericsson, Lucas Moura, Dele Alli, Heung-min Son,
Walker Rose,
Harry Kane. We saw him with
Vertonghen.
We saw him with that.
World.
Exactly, and we thought, but no. He had the golden crop. Fair enough, you want to sign these players, giving them their start. People say that certain players wouldn't be who they were without Poch. That
Nasser Chadli.
Yeah, he's the one that made, like, we're talking about these players the way we are because of Poch.
There's cause and effect. Yeah, I'm not saying it's either or, but I'm saying, are these players who they are because of Poch, or is Poch now the manager of Chelsea because of these players he had?
Well, there's two Tottenhams in the past 15 years. There's White Hart Lane, kind of frisky Tottenham, who would take points from the rich and then give them back to the poor.
across Tottenham, nice.
And then we kind of started to see what Tottenham could become. 24 when Poch came in, everyone started to go, wow, like this team is very good. It's quick. It's well drilled, but also they've got very good technical ability. That's something that we haven't been able to really say about Tottenham over the years. It was always isolated technical ability, like Berbatov.
Had a little Van Gaal moment.
Yeah. But now we saw a Tottenham team where everyone on the pitch was actually very good. They always had a couple of weak spots.
I think it's due to Poch. I think he's rated so highly because of his work at Tottenham, personally.
So it's just that. So the answer to the question is because of Tottenham.
But some managers, they need to feel wanted. Some managers can go into an environment and they can go, I know you guys don't really want me here, but I'm still going to do a good job because I am who I am. Jose Mourinho. Managers like Poch, they go into PSG and they go, I'm not really respected as much as I'd like to be, so I'm not going to do as great. And then he goes to Chelsea. You can tell that he kind of feels a bit weird.
It's a bit of a culture clash as well. When you look at his history, he's a big Spurs man and going to Chelsea. And even some Chelsea fans are still like, why did we go for this Spurs cast off or former Spurs man? But yeah, tough times at Stamford Bridge. It's all sunny on Merseyside for Everton and Sean Dyche's men. They now have 9 wins from their last 13. They're now 4 points clear of the relegation zone and flying. They're bringing real men back, man. I don't know if you lot saw it. Sean Dyche, after the game, Dobbin scored his first goal. And he said he did like a proper celebration. He doesn't do all of that dancing nonsense. And I was just like, what? Fair play.
Yeah, fair
play. If that's not your thing, fair play. But shout out to him. And I saw a random thing on Mikalenko, who's done all right. The left back cut short a holiday to report back to Everton early, accepted extra workload in the gym, and has undergone intense one-to-one coaching at Finch Farm. He is a credit to himself with the vendor in the form of his Everton career.
He doesn't need credibility for that.
Why was he on holiday?
Say it again. What?
Why was you on holiday?
Summer.
Oh, you done this in the summer?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
and
cool.
then he looks alright alongside Brentford.
Man goes to work. That's the headline.
Man tries harder at his job.
I don't celebrate because the postman doesn't celebrate.
Yeah, I saw Joaquin said something similar to that as well. Actually, it's an old clip I just saw a few days ago. Like Alex Ferguson said, like it's a pleasure to be associated. This is Alex Ferguson saying this. It's a pleasure to be associated with a player like Joaquin who tries so hard. And then Joaquin is like, oh. Why should I? Cause.
Yeah, try. That things are standard.
Yeah,
standard procedure for those kind of guys.
Dwight McNeil is the best bad football player in the world.
I have been saying this for so long.
Big fan.
I disagree. Dwight McNeil was a very, very, very good footballer. Oh. He doesn't have the prototypical traits of a winger that makes a winger from good to very good, because he's not fast.
He was the gem or the jewel in the crown.
Yeah, because he was so different
to what was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because on one side it was Good Munson, who is just is he a centre mid? Is he a right mid? Is he a centre back? No one knows.
He's a left-footed Scandinavian who believes he's Jesus' gifts to God.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, as they say.
But Dwight McNeil's goal against Forest in the week.
Yeah, very clean. Very, very
and
clean.
It was one of those goals where when it came down, I looked at my girlfriend and went, goal.
Yeah. I saw
deserved winner.
Yeah, I saw it as it was happening, and I saw the replay. He made his man up very early.
Yeah.
He looked for a pass, said that pass isn't on.
No.
And he said, yeah, you know what? Decoy.
And he has done that exact same technique in that exact same position before.
Yeah.
Because even when he celebrated, he was like,
bothered.
Yeah.
Or bov.
When I say he's the best bad football player, I think he's good at football. He's not bad at football. I just mean like there's a level of football player. So like he's like in this very middling level.
Yeah,
So there's
he's
different
like,
divisions.
Of all the players there, like he's like Leonidas.
Who's better, him or Anthony?
Come on, man.
Dwight McNeil. Let's not be silly.
Yeah.
Come on. We've somehow only spoken about 2 games. Let's get to the big game from yesterday. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Aston Villa won 1-0. And Aston Villa moved to within 2 points of the summit of the Premier League with a narrow win over Arsenal, who missed out on a chance to go top. What do we make of this? Was it standard routine win for Unite Emery's men? Or was this a turn up for the books?
Should I speak first? You want to speak first?
I'll speak first.
Please.
It was
flipping hell.
Wow. It was not a routine win for Unite Emery's men.
Okay, why not?
I am going to be the good football fan here. I'm going to be the football fan that Sky Sports want to employ, and because I can speak neutrally. So with Arsenal, I was petrified. My friend, shout out Riz, he went to the game. And he texted me whilst he's on the
Shout out Riz.
We got Riz.
He's an Arsenal fan, and he texted me whilst he's on coaches like predictions, and I was like, I think you guys are going to win.
Okay.
Because, and I'll say it, Arsenal are the best team in the league.
No, I'd agree.
I
very much agree.
Arsenal are the best team in the league. Liverpool are very, very good, but there is slight cracks in Liverpool's kind of ecosystem.
Why are Arsenal better than Liverpool?
Because
I can tell you why.
When Liverpool,
I can tell you why.
Liverpool don't complain as much as Arsenal, and when you're complaining, it's because you can kind of feel like things might slip. 2, Liverpool don't have as much, I would say, attacking. No,
I'll tell you why.
It's a good question. Yeah, do you know
I'll tell you why. So Liverpool right now, they look good, but we're not talking about Liverpool.
Do they?
They're
right now, they're reminding me very much of 2017 Liverpool. Do you remember where they was like this close? There was something missing, and those missing pieces were Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker. Okay, so that Liverpool in 2017 could and would hurt you. The only issue was that you could and would hurt them as well.
Yeah.
They had loads of games finishing like 3-2, 4-3, like they were conceding loads of goals. So they've gone back to that Liverpool, which is why right now, as an Arsenal fan, I don't fear Liverpool, because as much as they can hurt you, you can also hurt them. Case in point, they scored 2 late goals to beat Palace the other day. I think they've come back. They've gone behind. As much as Tottenham have gone ahead first in so many games, Liverpool have gone behind because they can be hurt.
And not to be the XG guy, but Liverpool's XG is blindingly not representative of the amount of goals they're scoring. Those 2 goals against Palace, that, you know, if you replay those situations 100 times, those goals won't happen again. With Arsenal are a beast. That is, and that's why as Villa fans we are so happy, because we feel like we have done something that the majority of teams in the league cannot do.
Can't,
Look at Villa, that game. So I caught it late. I didn't get into the game until like 7 minutes had passed. And I said, fuck me, we're going to lose 8-0. It was so intense.
Oh yeah, I think they had that little
in the beginning,
spell.
like people say 20 minutes. I think it might have been 15 minutes, but they was going out. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, like this is gonna be a long day. John McGinn was ready.
Elbows,
you know when John McGinn
elbows out,
running like this.
You guys were questioning me a couple of weeks ago on why John McGinn is my favorite player of all time.
No.
Do you see why?
No. I like John McGinn, and also like, I'm not a racist, but I love Scottish people.
Oh,
like more than I do other people.
I support Scotland, not England.
Yeah, no, I love Scotland. Like, Scotland as a whole entity. For me, like I don't say this out loud often because, like, I don't want anyone to
no problems.
No. I don't want people to say, "Oh yeah, just thanks, man." No, fuck you. But it's how I feel. I like.
Greatest manager of all time is Scottish.
Well, Kenny.
Can we get back to
also Alex?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But no. So yeah, that game for me. If you look at, we gotta not look at that game as Arsenal versus Aston Villa. We gotta look at that game as Arsenal versus a team who have won 14 straight games at home.
Fortress, does that get Fortress?
Fortress Villa
are we
Park.
allowed to say
St. James's Park is a fortress.
Yeah.
We've got a spaceship.
Exactly. An aircraft carrier. That's what that is. Arsenal versus a team who are fresh from a 1-0 win over Manchester City.
Smashed Man City to bits.
A game that they dominated completely. 22 attempts on goal. Reduced City to 2 attempts. Yeah.
This is the thing, and this is the thing with Aston Villa is, and I really want to stay humble because we are in uncharted territory. Like we could easily be removed.
Act like you've been here before, TJ.
I would love to act like I've been here before, but when we were here, I wasn't alive. I got properly into Aston Villa whilst we were languishing 11th in the Championship, so you could kind of see my reservation.
Was that after the FA Cup final?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we had the FA Cup final, and then we kind of did a Wigan, and everyone was like, they are quite good, and then we got relegated the next season.
Nice.
But we, at the moment, we are the second best team in the league. We're better than Liverpool. Because
I'm not going to disagree with you. I want to disagree with you because I just want to do it because
pound for pound, Liverpool are much better than us. If you go player for player, tactical system, kind of like like the size of Liverpool are much better. But at this moment in time, we are better than Liverpool because at home we literally look unbeatable, and you guys are the closest thing to being beaten that we have had so far, and that's why I think Arsenal fans, my phone has never been so hot in my life. After I posted the Aston Villa 1-0 story, posted from Fabrizio Romano's account as well, not the Aston Villa page, the fat page.
You're flying now.
If we're getting fan posted, but I posted that and I had Arsenal fans saying,
"Sorry, Girona are kicking ball. This is ridiculous."
Oh yeah,
of course, yeah.
Sorry,
they're gonna win the league.
Man City gave them the superpowers for the season.
Yeah. So yeah, like that game, Arsenal. I'm happy because I spoke to Arsene Wenger a few weeks back, and we decided that this year we don't want to go top of the league early.
Too soon.
Yeah, and City slipped up, and we found ourselves top of the league, and we're like, we don't want to be here yet. So fortunately, now we're back second.
Yes.
So we can kind of be like, thank God you're not chasing us anymore.
Okay.
So we can hang around second, third for a few weeks,
languish,
couple of months, and then make our push. But Arsenal weren't at their best. And
few chances, few VAR thingies for Arteta to get his
at the moment. You guys aren't slayers. You're soldiers at the moment.
Exactly.
You'll go through the battle and you'll come out the battle a bit hurt, but you can say that we won.
Exactly.
You're not slayers where you just go into battle. That's what you were last season.
We're not Achilles right now.
Yeah.
Different kind of.
But I think one way to judge a team is results when they're not playing at their best.
Yeah.
And losing 1-0 at this current Aston Villa in a game where we were very much off the pace. Martinelli off the pace, Saka off the pace.
He's had
Odegaard
a strange season, Martinelli. I think
he's not as good as everyone.
He had injury.
I think
the injury.
Yeah, fair.
Remember, he came back for the Man City game. Remember, he was on the bench and he came off the bench. So he's still he's had it's been weird. But for me, I don't think we should be worried about Arsenal. We're still finding our prime formula. I think I've said before, we was currently playing C1 and then we've gone to plan B2. We still haven't gone to plan A1.
And you've got the ingredients to do so. Because when it does click into gear, it won't be like last season when you go, okay, we've got a bunch of 10 out of 10s and then we've got Granit Xhaka who's kind of putting everyone down, but he's kind of good by association. Now you've actually...
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what?
Oh my goodness. Who is this guy?
It's kicking off.
Who is Girona's left back? Oh my... If you saw the goal, sorry guys, watching Barcelona versus Girona... Shout out Conti Corner. God bless your soul.
Yeah, I think with going back to Aston Villa, I think because everyone's now is asking me title charge, and I'm saying I'm being professional game by game.
It's funny you say that because Emery said if we win this, we're in the title race.
Do you know what I mean?
After the game, he said, "Yeah, we're in the title race." He's not running from the grind.
I mean, Emi Martinez came out and he went, "Yeah, of course, title race. Like we deserve to be here.
Don't be humble."
But like this is the thing. It's a long season. It's 38 games. We are on game week 17. All it takes is 5 games for us to be 8th.
Yeah, that was the 16th match, right? Or
Yeah.
15th?
Yeah.
16th.
Cool. Also as well, I think Villa this season is do or die because now you're going to have a target on your back. People are going to, okay, this is Aston Villa. They're not any mugs, okay? That's one target. The other target is poachers. Because I used to work a long time ago in a safari park. Yeah, and I used to have to like hunt poachers that will try and steal our game. Our Riz.
Shout out Riz.
Do you know what? I found out what Riz stands for? Youngsters at work told me. Any guesses?
No guesses.
It's so obvious when I say it.
Charisma, yeah.
Wow.
Mad. Just looking you in the face. And you never
Wow.
know. Yeah.
But yeah, so like your Douglas Luiz's, yeah? Your Oliver Watkins's, yeah? Even your Emiliano Martinez's.
Yeah, your Conces as well.
Your Conces, your Buendias, even your Matty Cashes now. They can be like all these players. Who's your best player? Ramsey. Yeah, Target.
Yeah.
Is there Chukwemeka at your team as well?
He went to Chelsea. And do you know what? Fuck you, Carly Chukwemeka. Because he went, why would I want to play here when I can go to Stamford Bridge? And
maybe Steven Gerrard was right.
I think Stevie was right. But this is the thing, and this is why, again, thank you, Todd Bowley. Douglas Luiz isn't leaving for less than 100 million. Yeah. Now that Enzo and Caicedo have gone for 100 plus. Boubacar Kamara, he's not leaving for less than 100 million.
What a player.
Musa Diaby, if someone's coming and getting.
Yeah.
I've said it time and time again. If you want to pay 9-0 for Oli, take him.
Yeah, I think the only downside is that Leon Bailey, again, if he's going to go, his transfer fees in Jamaican dollars. So you probably won't get as much money as you would.
We'd get like 5-5 for Leon, I think. And I'd be happy with 5-5.
And it's good vibes wherever he goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Villa look good. I did say that Villa will slip out of top 4 because right now everything's going good. But every team goes through a period in the season where things aren't going good. And it's how you respond then.
You have a little shaky period probably about a month or so ago.
We're not good away from home. Yeah, we're not. If we Forest, we got Steve Coopered.
Yeah. They put
but the City ground is difficult as well.
Was.
Yeah. Rob De Zerbi, who apparently is one of the greatest managers. I don't see it. But De Zerbi, he went there and he got a result.
Okay.
But we're because we're so good at home, we are, that's how we're accumulating all these points. I look at the table, I think we're further above City.
And we play at home every week. Yeah.
It's that game week 18 to game week 28 period. Because when you have 10 games to go, that's when you start to line up where you think you're going to finish.
Okay.
When you're at game week 19, 20, 21.
These are the makings of
whatever. Because now you've got teams like Fulham who've kicked into gear. You've got teams like Bournemouth who've kicked into gear. You've got teams like Everton who are kicking into gear. This isn't the Premier League of 2008, 2009.
It's anyone's. It's a strange old season. Unai Emery is now the 5th manager to win 15 consecutive Premier League home games in charge of a club.
I think it's Conte, Jose. Am I right so far?
No, 0 for 2 so far.
Okay, 15 home in a row. Fergie.
The other 4 have all won the title.
Okay, so it's Fergie, Copperfield, Pepperfield.
Yes.
The other one's probably Bay.
It's the other one that is like...
Well, Wengerfield.
No, unfortunately.
Ranieri Field.
No. Think blue though.
Yeah. It's Ancelotti Field.
No.
You're cold.
Blue, still blue. The first blue.
The first blue to win the thing, Mourinho.
No, first
Joe Hart's biggest nemesis.
Yeah.
Not Pellegrini. What's his name?
There's still one. Yeah.
The Italian guy, Mancini.
Yeah, Mancini.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
There you go. So he is among illustrious company. The title race goes on, twists and turns even before Christmas. Odegaard's chance, I think he puts that away on another day.
It's one of those games.
Give it to Martinez though, because as a keeper, you need to go before he shoots.
He kind of gambled.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
because if Odegaard did the whole reverse, it's a goal.
But listen, yeah, when I used to work as a croupier in the casinos, I said tell all the gamblers, listen, yeah, if you want to win big, you got to bet big, and that's what Martinez done.
That's why he's the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah. Whoa, wow, Jesus!
That is why he's the best goalkeeper.
Oh no, he won the award, didn't he? Yeah, sorry.
He also won
silly stuff.
When kids are reading the Lionel Messi biography of in 2045. There's going to be a section that's like, and Emilio Martinez saved 2 penalties in the final.
Forget the penalties. Randall Colomwani,
the biggest.
That's the one that won the World Cup.
The biggest.
I've never been such a big Argentina fan in my life.
Wow.
Just having.
I'm not really a fan of racism.
Trying to get trophies by proxy.
Yeah.
Nasty work. Speaking of nasty work, Newcastle, they're falling apart, and I love to see it. Tottenham won 4-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which still hasn't been named and the rights haven't been sold. And Richarlison came up trumps today. He's now scored 4 goals for Tottenham in all competitions, and Spurs ended their recent slump in emphatic style as they convincingly overpowered a leg-weary Newcastle. One thing I will say I'm bored of is hearing about how tired Newcastle are.
I'm mad you even said that. I'm absolutely upset you said that.
Why does everyone feel sorry for them?
I watched them in the week. Was that against Everton?
Yeah,
and all they kept saying is, "Oh, these players are tired."
Have they played more games than everyone else that's in the Champions League or something? No. I don't understand.
Have they played more games than Villa?
No,
I don't think so.
Travelled further?
Or Brighton? Yeah, no. You're not going to Lech Poznan or Azerbaijan.
Legia Warsaw.
You're going to Germany, France,
Milan,
and Italy.
Eurostar territory.
Yeah,
get it together.
You can drive there in like 20 hours.
The sympathy thing tour is just horrible. But Spurs had lost 4 of their previous 5 games, and they hadn't won since they beat Palace on 27th of October. But Destiny Udogie, who is a left back but somehow finds himself up top in the position of a 9 regularly, converted Son Heung-min's cross.
Destiny Udogie is not a good. He's not my kind of player. Yeah, so like,
why not?
He's
technically so sound.
No, he's not. I was watching it today, and he's very PMP. You know, AFCON. He's very AFCON.
You think?
But he's got that British. He's got that 2023 British Premier League-ism in him. It's that if I'm pressed by 3 players, I've got the ability to get outside of that press.
With my studs on the ball.
I believe he's Nigerian. This is going to come out soon. Yeah, once he gets established, because he's only just like 20, 19?
He's 20, yeah.
Yeah, like, trust me, I'm seeing the Africanism in him.
But he's Italian. He's Italian academy raised.
But he's jollof rice daily.
We say Denwa Asiwakoto type beat.
I don't think I'm not seeing the. I'm just not seeing it, man. Guys. I know I say a lot of things.
A top player, man.
Today I tuned in because I haven't really had a chance to see Angie's bowls, and I wanted to.
That's good. I said that's good that you haven't been able to see.
No, but I really wanted to see these illustrious Ange bowls, and I watched it today.
Wow.
I don't know if Newcastle are trying to stifle Tottenham, but like they're not all cracked up.
They got absolutely run over.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like this illustrious Ange bowls. Yeah?
Oh, okay, you missed it. It's
not like I'm just seeing.
No, I feel it, man. It's kind of exciting. I'll be honest. I think you lot were saying Arsenal play the best football. I think when Spurs are on it, it's the most exciting football I see.
Yeah,
at the minute. And that's for
they create chances very easily.
Yeah,
and they
flood in the box. Like 7 people in the box. It's nuts.
And look, like this is one thing I said about Spurs is Spurs can be as bad as they want in the next 10 games. Well, this is what I said 5 games ago.
Yeah,
because they've accumulated so many points where they can go on a 5-game losing streak, but still be where they
still be in touch. Yeah,
yeah. So it's like I like Spurs. I think Spurs are quite cool. I look at Ange and I'm like,
were you happy for the chicken man? Richarlison today to get his goals.
I don't know why everyone hates on Richarlison so much.
I don't like him. His first goal, apparently, I got to double check it with Stanley Park. Was his first non-headed goal for Tottenham.
Yeah, left foot.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, when you say left foot, it has connotations of something else. That was a tap-in.
Oh yeah.
Don't call that. That's not left foot. Dan, explain about what I mean.
Sorry, foot.
No,
foot.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Foot.
You don't say I scored on my left foot.
Like a left foot straight.
Like the only time you count that as a left foot goal is if it's part of a perfect hat trick.
Okay.
But as it stands, it's a tap-in. Anything from there, from the way the ball came in,
tap-in's neutral.
He was he was missing those, which is bad. But
he also did miss one on the 5-yard. It was a header as well.
Oh,
was that
kind of went past it
before?
He kind of contorted his body into like a strange shape.
Yeah,
and I was thinking, oh, maybe
one thing with Richarlison though is that, I will be. He was going through it heavily.
He mentioned it.
He said that I'm going through therapy now. This is South America.
This is why men should talk and seek therapy, because now he's bagged a brace.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, no, men, do not talk, man. Keep it inside and kill yourselves. That's my advice.
Don't do that. Newcastle, what do we make of them?
Newcastle,
awful. And does anyone here feel sorry for?
They're my most disliked team at the moment. No. Guys, I want to just men, don't kill yourselves. Please don't. Men, guys, I want to say we need to, as football commentators, as football people, respect our opinions. Yeah, like with this podcast, people. Cool. So we need to not be so reactionary, and we need to be able to realize when a team is playing above themselves.
Okay.
Which I believe Newcastle have been doing for very long now.
But then doesn't that become them? Because since Eddie Howe's joined, I think probably only Liverpool and Man City probably amassed more points, and maybe Arsenal.
I'm talking about this period in particular. When they've had these injuries.
Okay.
And, despite the injury, we still
yeah.
Wait, man, like we got so many injuries and we still get. You need to understand that you're amped up. You know, in sports, you get to a zone where you can be. It's, not to sound funny, it's called arousal. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just so you need to be you can get ready for an event. Yeah. And there's a critical point. I forget what it's called. Yeah. When you're over aroused, you fall off and your performance gets worse.
Okay.
You over-psych yourself up. And I feel like that's where Newcastle are at now. For so long, they've been running on vibes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And now they've reached a point where the vibes aren't enough.
It's just fumes now.
Yeah.
And when they play away from home, they don't have the St. James's crowd to...
Exactly.
And I think this is the thing with Newcastle is...
And there was delays as well in getting their fans down today because of the trains and stuff. So
yeah.
Shout out to this country.
I mean, they live in Newcastle, innit? But one thing I will say about Newcastle is that they... when you look at a team, I think this is the most critical way that you can judge how good a team is.
Okay.
Is you kind of imagine this kind of mental kind of power bar.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that power bar is how good the player is.
Yes. Yep.
Some of that power bar is the club as a whole, the shirt that they wear, and the rest of the power bar is the manager's tactics. Newcastle's power bar, the player ability is quite low.
Mm-hmm.
The club of Newcastle is quite large,
sizable.
and then Eddie Howe's tactics pushes everything through the roof.
That's kind of like that club factor is what was happening at Barca when they were bringing anyone through La Masia. You had Christian Teo and
all of the other all these other kids
Rafinha
that
was
never
there?
made it.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to fail.
Yeah, who's the guy that went to Japan with Iniesta? I don't know, but yeah,
Club Bojan as well.
Club power bar is actually a big.
But yeah, Newcastle, they're maxing that power bar, and they do actually have a lot of injuries. But the thing about Newcastle is their core is so pivotal to the way that they play that as soon as you take out a Dan Burn, as soon as you take out
Livramento got kind of cooked today.
Yeah.
So guys,
Botman's still out.
Botman, exactly.
What happens before we move on? What happens when Eddie Howe goes and Newcastle get an elite manager? Okay, it doesn't always work with elite manager.
We've seen PSG are a prime example.
Exactly, but I actually think getting rid of Eddie Howe might be a bad thing.
I think you're gonna get the weird teething.
Yeah, and then what's gonna happen? Because right now Eddie Howe's been there for 2.5 years now.
Around now,
2.5, yeah.
And pretty much most of the players are they're kind of his players. He's made a lot of signings. Let's not think he hasn't made a lot of signings. He's made quite a lot of
overplayed.
signings.
How he's managed to make.
So if he goes now, a new manager is gonna have his players. If he's not unsuccessful, then you get another new manager who have his players. Then you get to the United situation where you've got Oli players, Ragnick players,
a squad
Van
profile
Gaal players,
and
Ten Hag players. So I think Newcastle might want to think long and hard. If things don't go I don't know what their plans are, what their aspirations are, but if things don't really go to plan, they need to think long and hard before they think about replacing Eddie Howe, because
I don't think he's in any
immediate danger.
But the
game moves so fast nowadays.
You're right, and I guess with those owners, they want things thick and fast.
Yeah.
I think Champions League could really,
they're second bottom.
They're in the doldrums. That could really dampen all of the good work that they've done over the last year or so. But yeah, Spurs are back. They're flying, mate. And Ange Postecoglou thinks that everyone's been too harsh and that the injuries that they have sustained has played a big part in.
They're a good team.
Maddison.
I think if you're a football fan and you watch Spurs, you can just say that is a good team
and just leave it there.
Yeah.
We need to kind of wrap it
up. Okay, yeah, we'll fly through it. Fulham pumped West Ham. What's going on at West Ham? Does anybody know?
I don't know. You know,
they're just having one
David
of those horrible.
Moyes needs to go. He needs to go.
He's a god. He won a European title last year.
I think Gareth Southgate. If you gave him that West Ham team, Gareth Southgate would get the same
Europa Conference.
Yeah, he'd win the Europa Conference. The thing with West Ham is that I don't like West Ham. I really don't like West Ham. I think West Ham they are eating off that 1966 victory. Once the older generation of West Ham fans move on to pastures new, and they go to see Maradona, I think West Ham fans will go, do you know what? We have won a trophy, but we're really not that good. And we never have really been that good. And we've always just relied on individual quality through Tevez, Mascherano, Payet, Carlton Cole, to get us to places, Ricardo Vazte, these types of players. I really dislike West Ham, but I also want to see West Ham do well because they've got a lot of players that I like. Jared Bowen, Lucas Paqueta, Mohamed Kudus, Aguerd, Soufal, Soucek. Like I actually really like these players because whatever. And I think if West Ham do what Bournemouth did and they go and get a manager who is going to implement a forward-thinking approach first and then think about results second, they can progress. But I don't know what on earth Fulham are cooking, but it's hot.
It's good. 3 consecutive Premier League home game wins for the first time since 2012. Which was a vintage year for Fulham. And Raul Jimenez, who I had a bet of one of my friends that he wouldn't score 6 goals. He's basically en route to doing that. Second 5-goal victory in 5 days. Craven Cottage Fortress?
Never.
Nah, man. Sometimes you're just in a good moment, man. Let's just call it for what it is.
Let's just calm down. Manchester City went to Kenny. Played against Luton. Went
Fortress
1-0 down. Fortress Kenny. And won. Jack Grealish scored his 50th goal of his club career.
I wanted to say...
Haaland. No problem.
No problem. I wanted to say, so kind of like City and Arsenal kind of like did like a switcheroo. So City went to Villa, Arsenal went to Luton.
Yeah.
And then Arsenal went to Villa,
yes.
Luton. And kind of similar-ish games, you know? Yeah. So like City struggled against Villa, Arsenal struggled against Villa. City struggled against Luton to some degree, Arsenal to some degree struggled. I know there were the goals that went in. I'm oversimplifying things. But is that testament to the fact that City and Arsenal have so much similarities in how they play?
I think so.
Yeah. Mikel Arteta is just he's stealing Pep's playbook, but he's doing it in a slightly more different way because he's like we're London based and he's doing it differently. But City is still going to win the title. Yeah,
people were like, "Oh, this would have been the first time Pep hasn't won 4 league games. I think in a row, 5 league games.
They're still going to win the title."
When people say Arteta stealing Pep's whatever, one thing Pep does is play centre backs across his back line, even as full backs. And I look at when Arsenal play Ben White or even Tomiyasu.
Ben White was back yesterday.
Yeah, like Tomiyasu is a centre back, so is Ben White. So that is actually one thing where I can say, maybe you have to slow them.
Maybe they are similar.
And Pep doesn't really like strikers. Pep doesn't want Haaland.
I say he doesn't like black people.
I'm not going to put down his jacket. No, you could.
No, I thought that's what you said. I'm not saying that. I thought that's
I'm not.
when you started speaking, that's why.
I'm not. Hey.
And speaking of black players, Crystal Palace have a load, and we always support them because of it. But they're going through a hard time. Got booed off midweek. They lost yesterday to Liverpool, which is nothing to be ashamed of. And Liverpool went top of that. Mo Salah scored his 150th Premier League goal, and I think it was his 200th. Only 4 players in the competition have reached that total in fewer matches than the Egyptian. Is he the best right winger that ever lived in the Prem?
No. I was on the phone to one of my friends yesterday, Arsenal fan, and I said that Salah is just the best.
Full stop.
He's just the best. He's not the best right winger. He's not the best African player. He's just the best.
Is he though?
He's the best. I was watching the Liverpool game. Saw them go 1-0 down. Had to step out. Called one of my friends who's an Arsenal fan. And I was like, yeah, Liverpool are losing, but Mo Salah's the best, so I ain't got to worry. He's like, nah, just Liverpool ain't going to score 2 goals in 25 minutes. I'm like, Yeah, it probably will. Like this is they have Mo Salah. I don't think you understand how good Mo Salah is. Like I was just watching the Palace game and seeing him receive the ball. Like not do anything, but you can tell a lot from the way he receives the ball and just how good he is. And I said, yeah, he's the game changer. And I if I was a Liverpool fan, I just whatever he asked for, give it to him.
Yeah. That's one thing. I do hope Liverpool win the league. I think Man City will win it, but I do hope Liverpool win the league.
Villa are on the odds now, by the way, so you can say you can want Villa to win the title.
I mean, obviously, I'd love for us to win the title. Yeah. I don't think winning the title would do us any good. Look at Leicester City.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to Leicester. They had to go down to realise how good the Premier League was. But yeah, Mo Salah, I wouldn't say he's the greatest, but like I am in awe of him.
He's the best.
He's not the best.
No one is better than Mo Salah apart from Kylian Mbappe.
So he's not the best.
I don't count Mbappe because he's God. No, he's not even God's son. He's Jesus' son. No, Jesus is God's son. He's Jesus' firstborn.
My girlfriend thinks that's an AI project, Kylian Mbappe.
I think so. It doesn't make sense. We watched his debut for Monaco. Yeah, you know he was the exact same then, just younger.
Scary. Just a bit smaller.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like he is. Yeah, he is actually an AI project.
Are Liverpool cooking? Because I watched that game yesterday and I was like, they're not really playing well, and this is what we keep saying. I don't know if any teams are actually playing well, but yeah, they had a little back and forth with Palace, but they managed to get it done. Trent playing in the middle of the pitch again. Gomez coming off the bench playing right back. It's not all flying. Diaz not looking like he's flying at
Endo got dragged at half time.
Endo dragged.
And because Endo's not a good player. Endo left Stuttgart and Stuttgart are cooking in the Bundesliga.
They are flying.
They're cooking.
Yeah.
Will Hughes had his number. It just kept
it was Matt. He was all over him, innit?
All over him. It was crazy.
Will Hughes is a baller, to be fair.
So I don't like Will Hughes anymore.
Why?
So was he at Derby?
Derby, man.
Yeah.
Where did he start?
Derby, then Watford.
Okay, cool. When he was at Derby, I saw him play.
He was like, the next guy.
I said he is the future of English football, and he just let me down. So now I don't like him. Like, I thought he was so good, but I've been let down. Josh McEachran let me down.
God.
Ignacy Mikel let me down.
Both McEachrans let me down. I thought the second McEachran was going to come redeem it.
Truth. Yeah. Weren't to be the case.
No.
Liverpool.
But Liverpool, yeah.
I said it earlier. I'll say it again, guys. Liverpool, for me, won't win the league because as much as they can hurt you, they can also be hurt by you. Some of them want to use you.
If they go and get two signings in January, though, because I think Klopp...
Sign where? Which position, sorry?
I would go and get another centre-back.
Okay.
Because Matip's ACL just exploded.
But they still have two centre-backs.
That's two's not enough.
Aside from Van Dijk, they still have two.
You need four.
Gomez has been playing right back. I think he's played right back for the majority of his appearances.
I feel like you need three centre-backs.
I think you need four. Even like we've got Konsa, Carlos, Torres, and Mings ACL.
Torres, what a player.
You're three and you're happy.
But we're not as happy as we've. Konsa's playing right back, so
when you have four centre-backs, if they're all happy, there's not going to be enough continuity there. Trust me, three is what you need.
I mean, look at City.
They all four play at the same time.
That's true. That's true. And they still have two on the bench.
Trying to make them happy. Yeah, you just said, you can all play.
But I think Liverpool go get a centre back. And if I was Liverpool, I would go and get a striker, but not a young start of his career striker.
You want like wily old experience.
I would maybe look at getting a Lewandowski. Maybe he's a bit too. Like you don't you don't need a 90 overall.
Prestige,
but I would maybe look at going after an Ivan Toney.
Because he hasn't been linked with Liverpool.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure he might post a screenshot of him watching a Liverpool game soon because he's been doing it for all of them. But I guess that brings us to the end of the weekend review. Sheffield United got some points, but that doesn't matter. Roy Hodgson, hold your head up. Don't worry.
They're calling for his head.
4 consecutive home defeats.
They're calling for his head.
That's what happens when you appoint Joe Biden.
Sleepy Joe. And Andre Ayew, you're just a funny player. Shout out to you, man.
Apparently he's really strong.
Look, he's just like...
I was watching it. He's quite strong. And he's quite agile as well.
Yeah, he sets you up with the slow down and he'll push it.
You have to ask yourself, if this guy's playing 300 consecutive games and scoring 3 goals in that time, there must be a reason why he's playing.
Because his dad's the greatest player that ever played. But here we are. There were loads of other games and some draws and stuff, but we don't want to bore you with the detail. We have been the Gaffers. You have been great. And before we leave, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, please comment, and we'll catch you very soon. Peace.